Hey everybody, welcome to Smoky Bonsai. It's Memorial Day weekend. It's pretty nice outside, a little overcast, and we are expecting some rain pretty soon, which is exciting. I never want to turn down the chance for rain this time of year. Today we're not going to do any bonsai work. We are out of my parents' farm. We are going to check on the beehives today and see how they're progressing. I put this top brood box with frames on the east hive about 3 weeks ago, and the second brood box on the other hive a couple weeks ago, I think. I can't remember, and I didn't look at my notes before I started this, which I should have done, but I will pull them out before we open up the hive, just so we can see what's in there. So we'll get suited up, we'll light the smoker and see what's in there. And today Amelia should be with me, and my sister-in-law is going to help out too. So here are the two hives again. We got a little weeding to do in front of the hives, and I don't want to spray any herbicides on the weeds, and I can't stay ahead of picking them. So I bought a little flamethrower torch, and today before we're done, we're going to unbox that and see if we can't torch these weeds, see how that goes. Okay, so what we'll do here real quick is Amelia's getting all the stuff out and getting it set up. We'll get the smoker lit, and then she'll take the bricks off. We'll unstrap everything, and we'll open up the east hive first, and Aaron will be here to help us. Right. Not yet. The queen could be in the top here, so we have to be real careful about what we get into, okay?
What if we find the queen got smushed?
Grab your smoker. So we need to shoot some smoke on them right away. Gently, yeah, just like that. Perfect. So last time that we were in here, we had one or two frames that they were really building on. So we'll start from the outside, and I'll pull some of these out. So what we're looking at here, see the pollen in there?
Yes, I do.
That's what you're doing, is packing pollen. And if you look at it this way, you can see where it's starting to bump. You can see where they're building up. So that's all plastic, but where it's rising, that's the actual wax.
Wow, cool.
So now what they're drawing this foundation out, and we've got some pollen in there. But if we move the bees a little bit, let's just try to push them a little smoke. But here's what's really important to see. If you look down in there, do you see the larva? Little white C's. Do you see them? So now we know the queen is coming into the top brood box and laying now.
What do you have there?
I have this bee.
What are they doing in there?
Looks like they're mostly just like doing some things. I don't see any brood, but I pretty much just. And then over here we got a big hunk.
Are they doing the same thing over here?
And I don't think I see the queen.
No, you gotta be real careful there, because you could have the queen with you.
I know. I'm talking.
So you're going through and checking every frame?
Yeah. So it looks like they're filling this with nectar. So I don't see any take that back. The queen is probably right here somewhere because every single one of those cells has got a tiny, tiny larva in it. So this is all capped. This is all capped brood here. Larva. I don't know if they started to make a queen cell down here. Get out of the way. I don't know if that's a queen cup. We'll get a good video of it. And then these much taller ones here, those are drone cells.
Oh.
Now let me get a good look. And oh, here.
Make sure it's focused.
I'll try to get a good look here, see if I can find a queen on this one. More larvae, more capped brood. I really should see the queen on one of these last two frames.
If the queen's not marked, what is she going to look like?
She is going to be bigger and a lot longer. She'll have a much longer abdomen. And the thing is, when you see her, you will know it. Whoa! Just spilled off there. All right, so when you put all your frames back in, you always want to make sure they stay tight together. Otherwise, when they build, because they'll fill all the space they can, and so they'll, if you have big voids, they'll just start filling it, and then when you try to take a frame out, it just tears everything up. So if we give them a little more smoke, they'll crawl back down. So their cover's back on. Now they're in. So we saw a lot of bees. I saw a lot of eggs and a lot of larvae, cap larvae. I saw nectar and pollen in the hive. So I know that they're all working and doing what they're supposed to be doing. So we'll pop over to the next one and see what's going on in that one. All right, so we'll start over on this side where it doesn't look like there is as many. Let's see what we got going on here. So they're drawing the comb, and it looks like they're already putting nectar in it also.
About 200,000 bees.
The other thing I'm looking for while I'm in here is any sign of Varroa Mite and small hive beetles. And also watching for signs of wax moth. And so far I'm not seeing anything. So we got a bunch of pollen that they're putting in here. And then they're capping brood here. And so we'll just okay, so that one's glued down, and I pulled it apart and I lost, there's some larvae that fell out. And so this is a good time to well, I just smashed it. But the Varroa Mite will be sealed into the cells with the larva, and so oftentimes you can see the Varroa a lot easier when it's on the larva. And since I just accidentally, or not accidentally, it just by the way they had it built and had these eggs in there. See, we can go through and look. And I don't see any sign of a Varroa mite on that larva. And I can see two more larvae down in there that I can see pretty well. And again, don't. Oh, we have some up here we can look at too. Unfortunately, see, that's when we go through there and scrape that off, we're trying to prevent them from doing that. All right, so here is a frame that has a bunch of pollen and a bunch of capped brood on it. And so we're looking at more, they're capping more brood, and there's a lot more larvae down in those cells. I see drone cells on this side. A lot of larvae. Look at. All right, so here's the queen. You'll see her with the pink dot. See how much bigger she is? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she's so much longer.
All right, so where'd she go? I like
Ooh.
to see her.
Your larvae
Okay.
are falling out.
So she's over here. I can see her just fine.
You gonna cut that comb off the bottom?
I should.
But you don't want to mess her up too
Because
much.
I got the queen out on this one, I'm
Okay.
not going to.
Okay.
So I like to be able to see her as I lower back in, and then remember which frame she's in when I put everybody back together. I'm going to pull this one out just because it was attached at the bottom and I want to clean that off. And so they're busy on this one. I'm sure it looks like they're getting it ready to start drawing comb, and then on this side they are drawing comb and storing some nectar. So I'm gonna put them back together. I'm gonna remember my queen was on that frame, so I'm gonna be really gentle about moving it. I'm gonna look down here to make sure she didn't come onto this side. And I don't see her, so I'll go ahead and start bringing these frames back.
There's a bee on me.
It's all right.
Coming for my face.
He's not coming for your face. All right, so let's just go ahead and slide. So give that a little squeeze like that, and it just gets everything in. And so they're all down. This is the inner cover, and then the lid. So same thing, we saw brood and eggs. We saw the queen in this one. And there were 3 frames that didn't have any drawn out comb on it at all, but everything else had some sort of comb and activity on it. So I think they're looking good. It's Memorial Day weekend, so we've got a little bit of time left for them to continue drawing some comb. Okay, so now that we've been through the hives and everything's looking good, we'll put the bricks back on, strap it back down. We're expecting some severe weather later today, but before we're done, we just bought a new torch, and I'm gonna torch these weeds and see if that works. Okay, so after I was inspecting a little bit further, I found this, and this is the first time I've ever identified a Varroa mite. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I will make sure that I send a photograph of this off to my bee mentor to make sure that that's what I'm looking at. So it looks like we have a Varroa mite treatment coming up in the very near future.